Hello, thank you for coming. Some of you will be very happy, I think, that we're going to do the no push-ups class tonight, which we haven't done in a long time. I'm going to try to focus a little bit on the hands in the beginning, and it's fun. We haven't done this class in a while. Yay, yeah. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy this one. So uh, here we go. And let's start seated. I got to scoot back as I normally do. And however you get comfortable, across the legs, and cross them light, and cross them heavy. We're going to intertwine the fingers. I'm going to push the palms all the way together. We're going to start with the wrists circling one direction at first. And I did it automatically, but you can engage the core and start breathing in and out through the nose. You can think about the shoulders pulling back so that our posture is nice while we work the wrists here. Right, and then we're going to go the opposite direction. It's real different here. Keep breathing. Right, we'll let that down for a moment. We're going to bring the right hand out in front with the fingers pointing down and see if that shoulder came up and try to keep it level with the other shoulder. We're going to grab those fingers and pull back a little bit. And I'm actively kind of reaching back with the thumb too. That when I reach that thumb actively back, I can really feel some action in the hand. Breathe. Excellent. Then we're going to do the other side, left out, and then make sure that shoulder doesn't come up, but not too much at least. Pull that thumb. So I'm using the muscles in the thumb to have that thumb pulled back that way. Good. And let's push the walls out. And pulling the forefinger and the thumbs open, core in, dropping the shoulders. It's very similar to the one we just did. It has a different feel. And we're going to turn and look to the right. Take a couple of breaths here. Then we're coming all the way around, turning, looking to the left. Great. Back to center. Let's reach the right arm all the way up. And we're going to bring it down the back. And the left hand's going to grab that elbow. Head pushing against the arm, core pulling in, breathing. The stare straight forward. I'm keeping the head pushing actively against the arm that is behind the head. Very nice. Let's do the other side. So left hand up and then down the back and grab the elbow. Head pushing against the arm, breathing in the nose. Good. Fist straight forward. We do this one in another location, but we're going to do it here. Turn the fist down, release the fingers, and you can move them if you like. You don't have to, but for me, I like the movement of the fingers. Just a little more. Great. Let's put the right hand down right next to us, fingers pointing away. Left palm initially faces the ceiling. We're going to keep that right arm straight and the left arm coming open up and over, and see if we can get a long reach all the way through the side and feel your hip heavily locking to the floor. And we'll look up along the elbow to the sky. Big breathing in the nose. And then great, let's do the other side. So left hand down, the right palm faces the ceiling, and then up and over, long reaching. Then like actively again, trying to lock the right hip down and looking up along the elbow to the ceiling. Good, and back to center, both hands on the knees, straight spine to the crown of the head. Let's draw a circle on the ceiling. That's one direction here, as I always say at first. Excellent, that's reverse directions. In the Kundalini practice that this comes from, they do each side 1.5. We should try that one time. I'll time it. Just a little bit more on this side. Great. To center. So we're going to do like a seated cat-cow. So we're going to lunge the lower set of ribs forward as we look up kind of through the third eye. And then we're going to arch the back and look down at the mat, like right about where the knees line is. And over with the breath. The out breath is when you're looking down. The in breath is in the looking up. We're going to do this one for a while. About 10 more seconds-ish. Great, back to center. You're welcome to vinyasa where we do the reverse plank. So we're going to do a reverse plank here. If you prefer to vinyasa, that's your choice. For the reverse plank, fingers pointing towards the heels, toes pointing away. We're going to lift up, looking at the ceiling. We're going to hold for a moment. Great, and then back down. Let's bend the right leg with the knee folding out to the earth. Left hand's going to grab either the foot or a strap, or grab the shin as well. And we're going to reach up, breathing in, and then as we breathe out, we fold it all down. Then all the way up again, breathing in, and all the way back down. And we're just going to continue doing this with the out breath on the downward fold. And remember, the shoulders trying to come down too. And next time you're up, go ahead and stay up. We're going to look to the reaching hand, breathing here. Excellent. Let's do the other side of that. So right leg out and left knee falling out to the earth. And again, however you grab the foot, we do the same. All the way up, breath in, and all the way down on the out breath. And continuing, shoulder coming down, left shoulder coming down. And next time you're up, go ahead, stay up. We'll look to the reaching hand. And we are lengthening fingers to fingers. Great. You're welcome to vinyasa, or I'm going to do a reverse plank, which I think most of us might do. We'll lift the hips up. We'll stay for a moment, looking at the ceiling, breathing. Great. And back down. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to do 3 versions of Baddha Konasana, hopefully. Let's bring those heels all the way in. Left hand grabs the small toes, right hand on top. We're going to sit up really tall. You can butterfly the legs. Shoulders back, core in, breathing, staring straight forward. And for the second version, this is actually version A. Version B, we're going to forward fold, pushing the elbows against the legs. Keep the shoulder blades back together and then try to put your heart on the big toes. We're going to breathe here for a decent amount. Good, and back up. And for the third version, we're going to take the thumbs. And this is the first one I did for quite a few years until that other type came up. But put the thumbs into the arches of the feet, trying to turn the feet open like a book. And it feels real different in the legs. We're going to hold them open and again, push the elbows against the legs and try to put your heart in your feet book. And we're going to breathe here. A little more difficult, I think. Let's keep breathing. Good. Back up. Let's reverse plank again. We'll put the feet out and we're going to lift, pointing toes, looking at the ceiling. Good. All the way back down again. Let's cross the legs like we did in the beginning. And we're going to put the hands on the shoulders. And there are a lot of options. And we're going to take a breath in as we turn, look to the right, and then a breath out as we look to the left. Now, the out breath should go on the tight side, and only you can decide that. So put the out breath on the tight side. If you care to have more leverage, goddess arms works, or all the way out arms is a lot of leverage, pretty awesome, but find what is enough for you and go from there. We're going 20 more seconds on this one. Good. Let's take the right hand and put it on the left knee, and the left hand either right behind you or all the way around, grabbing your pocket or your leg. We're going to sit up real tall, looking at the eyeball line on the wall, breathing here in our twist. Great. Let's come all the way over to the other side, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you, sitting up tall. Very nice. Back to center. We're going to extend the legs out. You're welcome to vinyasa if you prefer. Otherwise, we reverse plank again. And if you're vinyasa, come down to hands and knees for the reverse plank. We're going to come down, cross the legs, and roll ourselves onto hands and knees. A little more of the hand, and this will be more forearm work. Before we do any of the cat-cow, let's work a little bit with turning the hands around. We'll do one at a time in case it's too intense. So we're going to turn the right hand so the fingers are facing towards the knee, and then the other hand, we're going to stay here. If you think you want a bit more, lift the back up, and that really is going to lengthen through the, I got fire in my forearms, so it's really lengthening through the forearms. We're going to take a couple breaths here. Good, and then reorient the hands so they are straight forward again, and let's do the cat-cow. Belly dropping down, third eye looking, arching the back on the outfit. And it's moving here in the head, in the back, and in the breath. And back to center, look over the right shoulder, see the tail. And then over to the other side. Good, and back to center. We're going to come up to being on the knees. So I'm going to be on the toes. If you're real good at back bending, you can put the feet flat. We're going to take the thumbs into the low back, pulling the elbows together. So look up. You could stay here. If you prefer, you can put the fingertips on the heels, tightening the legs when you do that. And then if the feet were flat, it'd just be a longer reach. We're going to take several breaths here, looking at the ceiling. Good. Back down for a little bit more cat and cow. The knees are 2 fists apart. Hopefully the hips are mostly over the knees. The out breath is when we look at the legs or navel, back, lips. Good. To center, we're going to look over the right shoulder again. And then over, please, to the other side. Good. And to center, we're going to push ourselves up and we're going to come up to standing at the top of the mat. And we're going to do a nice portion of the standing series that we do most of the time. So from the top of the mat for a triangle, we're going to step the left foot back about the distance of one of your legs, heel to heel, and arms out over the heels. We're going to take a breath in, and on the out breath, we're going to reach out a bit. We're going to put right hand down, left arm up. We could have palms facing out. We could have the hand gently on the shin. We'll look up to the reaching hand, breathing here. Great, and let's come up and we will pivot through these. So we're going to turn the right toes to 45, the left toes straight out the back. We're going to reach out over that left foot and left hand down, right arm up, or triangle here on the side. Breathing, you could look to the reaching hand if it doesn't bother the neck. Good. Up again, we pivot again. Left toes 45, right toes out. We're going to do warrior two. So we're going to bend that leg in the front to the knees over the ankle and then reach the arms out. Our core is in. We're dropping the shoulders and we're looking at the right hand. We're going to take several breaths here. And let's do extended side angle, the center of the right forearm on the leg near the knee, left arm up and over. You're welcome to put the right hand on the ground if you prefer. Let's keep breathing and reaching. Great, back up, we'll straighten the right leg so that we can pivot again, right toes in, left toes out. So we can hit warrior two now, facing out the back. We're gonna breathe here a little bit like we did on the other side. And when you're ready, forearm on the leg, right arm up and over, we'll stay here, breathing and reaching. Whatever you did on the other side, if you ended up putting the hand down, please do the same. Excellent. Back up. We're going to come to center just to do horse. So toes are slightly splayed. We're bending at the legs, opening up, and let's push the walls out. If you got a preference for the arms of holding the ceiling, that's cool. But like the arms out so you can open up to the hands. Again, continuing our theme from the beginning of class. We're breathing, staring straight forward. Very nice. Straight the legs. Turn the feet to run straight forward. And we're going to touch the ceiling. And then we're coming all the way down with the hands directly under the shoulders and the fingers about touching the line that the big toes have made. Let the head drop down, palms can come down, elbows back through the legs, all in that direction. Don't have to get there. Good, back up. We're going to reach out to the ends of the fingers, and then behind the back, we're going to intertwine those fingers, and we're going to forward fold again. We're going to stay here. And back up. Let's touch the ceiling. And then back down. We grab shins, ankles, or big toes with the peace fingers, and elbows away from the ears. Let's stay down low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder under and through. And then over to the other side, right shoulder under and through. Great. Let's come up to standing, and let's stand at the top of the mat. We're going to stand on the left foot, and we're going to do a warrior three. So I'm going to bring the hands to the heart. If you got a preferred warrior three hand position, go ahead and do that. Then we're going to lift that right leg up, and we're going to breathe here. And you could stay like this, or you can convert it to Ardha Chandrasana with the left hand down and the right arm up. I'm not going to switch the hands tonight, but you're welcome to. And then let's stand. I can move the feet around a little bit, and then we're going to do the other side. So standing on the right, we'll begin again with warrior three. Move forward. And if you want to do Ardha Chandrasana, right hand down, left arm up. We're staying longer if you want to switch the hands. If you did that on the other side. Great. Let's stand again. You can step the feet out again. And we're going to do tree on the left foot on the ground. Right foot comes up, we grab the ankle. See if you can get the lock. You could also put it out in the front if you prefer. Hands to the heart or all the way up. We take several breaths right here, finding our visual lock and locking the core also. Very nice. Let that down. You can move a little bit if you like. And then we're going to stand on the right foot, lifting the left. And again, hands to the heart. And we try to mirror what we did on the other side. Great. Let that down. Step it out a little bit. We're going back to standing on the left foot. And we're going to lift the right knee. We'll do right on right tonight. So the right hand is going to grab that right knee with the left hand on the hip. And again, as always, you could grab the big toe, extend the leg all the way out. Otherwise, just holding the knee is great. What works for you, keep on breathing. And we're going to open that leg out to the right as we look over the left shoulder. And back to center, leg out on its own. Show me the bottom of your foot, please. Try to keep standing tall as best as you can. Excellent. Let that down. Let's step it out a little bit. And standing on the right, we are going to lift left, left on left. Let's stay right here. You could extend the foot if you grab the big toe on the other side. Standing tall, especially if you're trying to get that big toe, maintain the standing right side straight as you can. And we're going to open that leg out to the left as we look over the right shoulder. Going back to center, leg out on its own. Show me the bottom of your foot. Excellent. Let that down. We're going to squat. So with the heels under the hips and toes slightly splayed, we're coming down. And we're going to put the elbows into the legs, hands in prayer, and lengthen way up the back. We're going to take several breaths right here. If you wanted to do a crow or headstand, you're welcome to. We'll be here for a few more breaths. We've got time. You can always take a break and catch up if you want to do long headstand. Let's do hands in prayer straight forward. And then we're coming all the way up, lifting to the ceiling, and then all the way back down, hands straight forward. And then all the way back up again, lifting to the ceiling, and then back down, hands straight forward. And then all the way up again to the ceiling, and back down, hands straight forward. And let's come to hands and knees again. So from here, we're going to step the right foot top of the mat. We'll keep the left knee down. If the surface of the floor is too hard, flip your mat, double it up underneath the knees down. And we're going to raise the arms up like a big funnel. We'll take a breath here. You can always scooch that right foot a little more forward. If you feel like you want more stretch on the quad, unless of course your quads are way open, then just leave it. We're going to take the left elbow outside of the right leg. The right leg doesn't move. Hands in prayer pulling towards the chest. We'll turn the fingers to the face. You could roll back on the ball of the left foot, lifting the knee if you like. We're going to take several breaths here. Very nice. Let's do the other side of it. So right knee back, left foot up to the top. Then arms up again like a funnel. We get the orientation of where we want that front foot to move a little further forward. Breathing here, letting the hips drop a bit. Good, and we twist now other side, right elbow outside of the leg. Hands in prayer. I will stay here. And whatever you did on the other side, let's do the same. Great. Let's switch the feet again. So left knee back, right foot back up to the top. And let's reach straight up to the sky on this one. And then we're coming straight down on the inside. So the right hand is right on the inside of the right foot with the knee pulling against the right shoulder or the arm. You could stay here. You could try to put the elbows down. You could go somewhere in between. We're going to breathe here. I like looking at the mat. I've seen other versions, but for me, I prefer the looking at the mat version. Let's breathe. Very nice. Let's do the other side. Right knee back and left foot up to the top. And we again reach the arms straight up. Take a couple of breaths here. And again, down on the inside. And whatever you did on the other side, we'll try to copy that. Good. Let's come back to hands and knees. And let's become aware of the body that and feel that the hips are above the knees and they're going to stay there. And the wrists are under the shoulders because we want that length of the torso for this. And I like this one. We haven't done it, I think, in a little bit. We're going to turn the right hand into face the left. Then we're going to feed that left arm through, laying onto the left shoulder and the side of the face. You can push against the mat and stay there. If you prefer, right hand up around the back. I prefer pushing on the mat. We're going to breathe here. Great, let's come back up. We're going to switch, so we're going to turn the left hand in, feeding the right arm through, laying onto the right shoulder. Then you push the hand on the mat. Again, whatever you did on the other side, let's do the same here. Excellent. Back up. We're going to sit down so we can do our core work. So with the legs bent, I'm going to bring the arms under the legs, rolling back onto the tail. You can stay right here. You can let the arms out with the shoulders pulling back. You can straighten the legs, hands and peripheral out of the toes, or even behind the head. It's 1 of 5. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Great. Cross the legs, grab the shins. Let's sit up tall, pulling the shoulders back and down. Breathing here. But we take our time on this sequence today. Excellent. Back up, number 2 of 5. Good. Hug the knees in, sit up tall. And up again. I'm going to call this number 3 because I might have lost count. Apologies if we get an extra one, or yay, surprise, an extra one. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Number 4, back up. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And last one. Good. Hug the knees in, and we're going to roll back, lying down. We take the forearms and grab the shins and pull them down, bringing the nose up to the knees. Good. Let's put the feet down flat, feet on knees 2 fists apart. You can check longest finger touching the heel, but we're going to thread the needle before we do bridge. So we're lifting the right leg up with that right ankle coming down the inside of the left leg. Right ankle feet through, grabbing either under or grabbing the shin. And we're going to lie back here. You can flex the feet too, which is nice and helpful in this pose. Excellent. Let's do the other side. So the right foot is flat on the mat, left leg comes up. Feed the left arm through, you grab the shin, we're going to lay back. Flex the feet, keep breathing and looking at the ceiling. It's likely at the near the end of class tonight, we're going to use a belt or a strap or a rope if you have something laying around. I want to make time for that. Good, let that down. We are now going to do bridge. You're welcome to do Ardha Dhanurasana. Otherwise, feet are running straight forward for bridge, about 2 fists apart. The heels on the fingers on the heels. We lift the hips, tuck the shoulders, intertwine the fingers, push the arms down, the hips up. Excellent. Let's come back down and we'll hug the knees in for a moment. Pull them down. When we go upside down, since we're kind of doing a lighter class, you're welcome to, even right now, go against the wall and put your feet up the wall, which is a wicked great pose. But I'm going to go through the normal upside down stuff that we do. But like I said, you're welcome to go just feet up the wall. So those of you coming along with where I'm going, I'm going to start with plow for the full 5 breath today. I'm kicking the feet up and over the head. You can have the hands on the back or intertwine fingers with the arms down. We are trying to keep the legs straight. We're trying not to put too much weight in the neck. I'm going to breathe here sitting on the shoulders, letting the toes attempt or actually falling down to the earth. And if your hands are not on the back, you place them there now and lift up your shoulder stand. We'll take a good long hold here. Breathing, heavy shoulders, heavy elbows. We're going to stay up. If you want, you can let the legs fall out. I'm going to stay here breathing. We bring the soles of the feet together if the legs are out. And then straight up again to the sky, just for a moment. Then we're going to bend the legs, bring the knees down, and roll ourselves in a dead bug, knees in the armpits, soles of the feet up to the ceiling. You could stay still or you could rock around a little bit. And if your strap is nearby, we're going to reach out and grab that. And we're going to take the left foot and put the strap on the left foot. If it's easy enough for you to grab the big toe with the shoulder down, or just the hand on the back of the calf is fine too. I find this strap helpful on this sequence. And we're going to stay here with the foot straight up to the ceiling, although the foot could be coming down towards your face if you're flexible enough. If you're going to grab the big toe, it has to come in that direction. And we're going to let that leg fall out to the right. We'll keep a hold of it however we can. And we're going to reach out. The leg's falling out to the left, sorry, as we reach out and look to the right. We'll bring that leg back up. We're switching hands on the strap or the leg. We'll let the leg come all the way to the right as we reach out and look to the left. Great. Back to center. Both hands up towards the heel. We'll lift the shoulders up this time for nose coming towards the knee. Excellent. Let that down. And let's do the other side. So right on right, however you grab the calf or the foot, or if you use the strap, and we're going to stay here. With the right foot coming up to the ceiling, and then for some of us coming down towards the face. And let that leg fall out to the right as we reach out and look to the left. And back to center, we'll switch a hand on the leg or foot or strap. As we reach out and look to the right. Great. Back up to center, both hands up towards the heel, nose towards the knee. Excellent. Put all that down. Bring the knees up in the chest, the arms out like a T. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, knees to the right, looking to the left. I'm going to put my right hand pushing the knees down. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. Good, and back up to center, and then over, please, to the other side. You can hold those legs down as we reach out, looking to the right. Good. Back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. I'm going to lead a short meditation. So I'm going to roll up to seated for that. You're welcome to stay laying down though, but if sitting, seated, the sitting on the rolled up mat is super awesome. I'm going to set us a timer for 5 minutes here. And we intertwine the fingers, thumbs touching or one hand on top of the other, shoulders a bit back, chin barely hanging to the chest. So we allow the breath to, the body just to breathe itself. We do our best to focus all of our attention just on the body breathing itself. If that's not enough, you can breathe the body. And if that's not enough, you can count the breath. And when you get to 11, you go back to 1. And we're going to stay here. All right, let's bring the hands at the heart center. We're going to rub them together, make a little fire. And then we're going to reach the arms up into the sky. We're going to take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth. Even more if you can get it. Hold the breath, tighten the core, tighten the legs, lift the floor. We're going to hold all that. And then let everything out. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's DanielOverberger.com. If you need links to my Venmo or PayPal. And let me stop the recording.